Let's go to the phones. We'll start with Eddie from Oregon. Hi, Eddie. What's your question?
Hi, my question is I have a Amaryllis, but I forgot to plant it, and I wanted to know if it's too late to plant it.
Absolutely not. Just go ahead and plant it. Water it, put it in a warm place until you start to see the buds come up, and then you can move it into the sun and then water it as it dries out. But it'll be fine. You just won't have flowers now. It'll be probably about 6 weeks before you get flowers.
All right. Thank you for calling today. Let's go to Terry in Fitchburg. Hi, Terry. What's your question?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. 15, maybe 20 years ago, I was intrigued by a plant that I had seen. It was a holly bush. So I bought it, planted it on the east side of my house up against the house. And it's really not doing a lot. Is this something that I should move, or is that typical just because it's not native to the area? I mean, it's not dying, but it's not getting big.
On the edge of their hardiness zone. So an eastern side with morning sun is a good spot for it. You might want to acidify the soil. A lot of times, soil right by the foundation of the house is kind of a little alkaline for holly, but they're going to be much slower growing here than they are in other places. So if you're still getting new growth every year, it's just not a lot, then I would try maybe giving it some fertilizer for evergreen plants, and then do what you can to acidify the soil. There's a product called Hollytone by Espoma that will help with that.
Okay. All right, let's get Sue from McFarland. Hi, Sue. What's your question?
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call.
Welcome.
Lisa, I have a question about lavender. I got a beautiful, about 3-foot lavender topiary as a gift last spring. Slowly transitioned it to outside, and I slowly transitioned it back inside. It was doing fine. About 6 weeks ago, it started looking like wilted. Very careful with the water, but I thought it needed more water because the house is so dry. And, lacks humidity. It's in very sad shape. And it actually all wilted off. And I did cut it back and repotted it in fresh soil, lots of perlite, about a third sand, and cut off the black roots. Anything else I can do? And how long do you think it would take if it's going to come back?
Try a humidity tray. So what you're going to do is just put it in a shallow saucer with some pebbles, and then keep the water, just a shallow bit of water in that tray, and that will humidify the air around it. Lavender are from a drier climate, so it's probably not as much the water in the soil as it is the water in the air in your house.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you. Thank you for calling. Let's go to Kevin from Clinton. Hi, Kevin. What's your question?
I want to do my entire vegetable garden from seed this year, and I just want to know what are some of the vegetables I should start first, and when should I start them if I start them inside?
Sure. So stuff that you can start now would be like bulbing onions, any of the sort of brassicas like cauliflower or broccoli or cabbage. Those veg can be started now. I would say around the end of February, you'd want to start like any really hot peppers. They need a longer time to develop the heat in the fruit. And then tomatoes, which everybody wants to grow, don't start those until the beginning of April. You'll just get too much leggy growth, and you won't, before they can go outside. Things like squash or melon or beans, those can all be started directly outside.
All right, and it's fun.
And good luck to you. It sounds like an interesting project.
It's time to start planting. It's fun in the winter to start planting your vegetable garden. Lisa, thank you for your time.
Start planting for sure, yeah.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling.